Could you share your thoughts as you were in the tunnel battling?
To be honest with you, and I might have even mentioned it a few times, I kept thinking, this is like a movie. This is something that you're like, oh, this is just a movie. It could never happen in real life. I'm a police officer. I admit, I don't get scared often. There's maybe been a handful of times, I've been scared on this department, and that was probably one of the scariest days. I do admit that.
大家好，欢迎回来，我是海洋。我们今日来讲国会山沦陷事件啊。上一集我们讲到示威者人群最后逐渐的冷静下来了，事件也最终被得到了控制。警察呢在国会现场发现了许多的示威者用的武器啊，这里面有 AR-15步枪，有十字弓，有燃烧弹，还有9毫米手枪，还有突击步枪，还有弹药等等这些具有攻击性的武器。还有一些其他的武器呢，比如说大锤、轮胎撬棒、棒球棍、旗杆、铁管、电击枪、烟雾弹，还有木棍等等啊。此次事件一共造成138名警察受伤，一些警察是被催泪瓦斯弹和辣椒喷雾所袭击。在138名受伤的警察中，有73名是国会的警察，65名是华盛顿 DC 的警察。这些警察遭受到的创伤有擦伤、撕裂伤、肋骨骨折、脊椎骨骨折、脑震荡和脑损伤、烧伤、轻微的心脏病发作。这个心脏病是因为警察被电击枪多次击中而导致的。这些伤病中有一些是会伴随着这些警察今后的下半生啊。所以《纽约时报》称呢，这是自911事件之后执法人员受伤最严重的一天。这个图片是一名华盛顿特区的警察被示威者人群从楼梯上拉下来，并且遭到了棍棒的殴打。这次事件唯一的死亡的一名国会警察名叫布莱恩·斯科尼克。起初报道称，斯科尼克警官呢是在暴乱中被人喷了2次辣椒喷雾。然后他稍作调整后继续坚持在前线，在晚上回到警察局后他突然倒下了，在第二天他便去世了。后来在法医的鉴定结果出来后呢，这名警官其实是死于了中风，有可能是由于压力和创伤性的事件导致的中风，并且法医还强调跟此次暴乱事件没有任何的关联。鉴定结果下来后呢，国会警察局发表声明表示呢，该裁决不会改变警官布莱恩·斯科尼克因公殉职、勇敢捍卫国会的事实。接下来呢，我们看一下在事情发生的1星期后，对当时在场的一名华盛顿特区警察劳利的采访。劳利也给大家讲述了他自己在对当天发生的事情的描述和感受。
Sure. So my team.I want to say it was probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock. My team got called down. We came right down to the Capitol, and that by the time we got out of the car, you could just see these individuals and these groups making. They have already taken over the grounds of the Capitol at the point when I got there.
And so where you were standing, so you're standing on this side of the Capitol, basically.
I want to say it was this side. Okay. Yeah, it was that side. Yep.And
so when did people start getting kind of aggressive towards you guys?
Immediately. I mean, the second I got there, at that point we just needed, as many officers as possible to keep the crowd back. I mean, I don't think we even understood the magnitude and the amount of people that were actually there. By the time I got there, officers were already getting, sprayed with whatever these individuals had, which...I believe they had bear mace, which is literally used for bears. They're spraying it at us human beings, which is, putting us out of service for a while. I mean, I got hit with it plenty of times that day, and it just seals your eyes shut. And you just would see officers going down, trying to, douse themselves with water, trying to open their eyes up so they can see again. And at the same point, these people are still trying to push and gain access to the Capitol.
What are they saying to you?
To be honest, there was so much going on. I don't even remember hearing...individual, I really don't remember exactly what people were saying, but it was just loud noises the whole day. There was so much going on.
Now, someone mentioned the tunnel. Could you tell us about your experience there?
Yeah, sure. So, I don't know the layout of the Capitol building. When I was in what's called the tunnel, I didn't even really know which part of the building I was at. I kept having to ask, and I remember people saying it was the west entrance of the building. I remember seeing pictures later where to give us an idea of where we were. I guess it's where the president actually walks out. That's where we were. So we were in what we called the tunnel, and I don't even remember when I got in there, but all I remember was we were not going to allow anybody to come into the Capitol, period. Nobody was going to get through that west entrance. If it was up to the Metropolitan Police Department, they were not coming in. They wanted to get in by any means possible. Whether that was violence, whether that was, it didn't matter. Their goal was to get in, and our goal was to keep them out.
So what happened?
So essentially, we had, I can't say enough about the officers that were there, the officers that were on the front line. And when I say the front line, I mean literally officers that were in a line, stopping these people that were beating them with metal poles. They were spraying them with bear mace. They did everything in their power to not let those people in. And this was going on for hours. What I witnessed was officers, going down to decon because they just got sprayed with, whether it was with pepper spray or whatever. And I hope you guys never experience it, but it's not only painful, but you literally can't open your eyes. And when you can't open your eyes and you're in the middle of what we would call a fight, essentially, that's scary. That's scary. And, it was just hours of battling and the bravery and the heroism that I saw in these officers. The second they were able to open their eyes, they were back up front, and they were just trying to stop these individuals from coming in.
Could you share your thoughts as you were in the tunnel battling?
To be honest with you, and I might have even mentioned it a few times, I kept thinking, this is like a movie. This is something that you're like, oh, this is just a movie. It could never happen in real life, but then you're in the middle of it and you're like, this is real life. We're actually living this right now. There were moments where, I'm a police officer. I admit, I don't get scared often. There's maybe been a handful of times, I've been scared on this department, and that was probably one of the scariest days. I do admit that. And not just for myself. It wasn't even just about me. It was about the officers that I was with as well. Every single officer that I saw there that day. I just wanted to hug them afterwards, and of course I thought about my family and my partner, and I just wanted to make sure that I was going to come home to them, and I wanted to make sure that all these officers were going to come home to their family too.
好，接下来我们再一起看一下之前我没有介绍过的示威者们受到的指控啊。我记得当时事件发生的第5天吧，我警察的工作邮箱里就收到了 FBI 发来的通缉逮捕令，里面就通缉了20多名当时打砸国会袭击警察的一些犯罪嫌疑人。通缉这20多人呢，是因为 FBI 已经掌握了实质性的证据来表明这些人确实违反了联邦法律啊。FBI 估计是给全国所有的执法部门都发了邮件，让大家帮忙寻找这些人。这些呢只是当时 FBI 甄别出来的第一批人，后续呢 FBI 又通缉了更多的犯罪嫌疑人啊，并且呢他们的调查还在继续，还在时不时的发布更多的逮捕令。当时呢，我记得 FBI 公布了这名安放炸弹的嫌疑人的照片啊，并且悬赏5万美金来抓这名犯罪嫌疑人。好，图片上这个人呢叫做雅各布·钱斯利 ，A.K.A. 杰克·安吉利 ，A.K.A. 匿名者 Q 萨满。好家伙，一般狠人的名字都这么长哈。总而言之呢，他是匿名者 Q 的一名成员。他后来呢被起诉有内乱罪、妨碍公务和妨碍社会治安罪。他还被指控给副总统迈克尔·彭斯写了一封恐吓信，他还自称要除掉政府的叛徒。这人呢叫克里夫兰·梅雷迪斯啊，他给一位朋友发了一条短信啊，声称自己要杀死众议院议长南希·佩洛西。他有一把格洛克19、一支 Taver X95 步枪和数百发装在一辆拖车里的穿甲弹。他的计划呢是在电视直播中射击佩洛西的头部，但是呢他把日期搞混了，他在暴乱的第2天才到达华盛顿啊。这人呢叫做埃里克·蒙切尔，又名束线带男。他用束线带呢当做手铐啊，他戴着硬指关节的战术手套，他有一把电击枪，他穿着防弹背心，并且上面还挂着辣椒喷雾和一个手机进行现场直播。在他旁边的这名女士呢是他的母亲，叫做 Lisa 艾森哈特。束线男呢被指控几项罪名，包括非法闯入政府大楼、 扰乱政府事务的有序进行，扰乱国会会议的有序进行等等啊。接下来就是失言守卫者了。失言守卫者是被怀疑参与积极策划与入侵美国国会大厦的组织之一啊。在 FBI 公布失言守卫者成员的照片时呢，杰西卡·沃特金斯是最先被人认出来的。还有骄傲男孩，骚乱发生2天后呢，伊森诺丁上传了一张自己的照片，标题上写着极端暴力分子。在上传了一张国会警察被辣椒喷雾袭击的照片后呢，他还写道：如果你为警察感到难过，你就是问题的一部分。伊森诺丁呢后来被 FBI 锁定并且发现，是因为他的另一名的骄傲男孩的成员呢，在接受一个当地的新闻媒体采访时提到了伊森诺丁。不过呢，当时他提到的伊森诺丁的是化名啊，叫做鲁菲奥。不过呢 FBI 还是依照这个线索呢，最后确定了伊森诺丁并且逮捕了他啊。所以说呢，伊森诺丁如果被定罪的话，可能面临最高31年的联邦监禁。在此次事件之后呢，国土安全局重新评估了他们的情报方法和流程，他们也正在寻找一些外包的情报收集方法，希望与各州和各地方的警察部门、执法部门进行更多的合作。他们所担心的是，这次国会大厦的沦陷将会激励到其他的一些团体，让他们觉得有机可乘啊，比如说恐怖组织。通过此次事件学习到的一些经验教训吧比如说国会警察事先收到了可能占领国会山的警告，当时有几个执法机构都向他们提供了情报，并且最早呢是2021年11月份就收到了情报。国会警察局自己的情报不足且效率低下，并且潜在威胁要么被他们低估了，要么就被轻描淡写了。国会大厦呢，警方当天人手也不足啊，还不如正常时候的人员配备，并且要求增援的呼吁和外部执法机构的援助也出现了拖沓。但是呢，国会警察给特区警察的情报里并没有告知示威人群中有携带了防汛喷雾和其他的一些武器啊。然后国会警察局指挥部人员没有对局势进行适当的指挥和控制吧。当时在前线的警察们后来表示呢，他们中的许多人都觉得没有得到足够的指示和指导。他们还表示在应对暴乱方面呢，他们也没有得到过足够的培训。国会警察联盟主席古斯帕帕塔纳西奥在谈到国会的2000名的警察部队时说，最近接受防暴训练的警察不到200人，有些警官呢已经有15年没有接受过防暴训练了。还有一点呢，就是当时的国会警察没有将国会大厦内的所有门都锁上，按照应急措施吧，锁门应该说是非常有必要的。因为呢，当时抗议者砸破玻璃闯进国会大厦内部后呢，面对上锁的门可以大大降低和拖慢抗议者在楼内前进的速度，对吧？还有呢，国会警察之间的交流和沟通也陷入了僵局，很多人在通过对讲机里请求支援，这样导致你一句我一句啊，造成频道里很混乱。正确的方式应该是国会警察局的指挥官接管总频道，并且给大家发布指令啊。然后呢，如果个别警察有问题和情报要汇报的话，就可以在分支频道里面讲话，然后再由指挥官看情形和紧急程度呢，在总频道里面发出来转达给所有人，这样就能保证所有人都能清晰的听到指挥官的指令啊，并且呢，所有警察所听到的对讲信息也不会太混乱和太错综复杂。好，我们接下来再说一下军事反应啊。特朗普总统已经授权在必要时部署特区的国民警卫队，这项权力已经被恰当地赋予给了指挥官。军队和特区的警卫为维持和平已经做好了充分的准备啊，准备了交通管制和检查站，但是啊，却没有拟定适当的计划以防止暴乱发生，这也导致了国民警卫队最终呢被部署到现场之后有点不知所措，现场制定计划又耽误了很长的时间啊。我个人认为啊，像这种大规模的暴乱事件发生后呢，应该立即建立一个统一的指挥部 ，FBI 也就是联邦调查局应该第一时间站出来充当这个指挥部啊，并且呢，成为国会警察局和华盛顿特区警察局协调的主要的执法机构。国防部长呢，应该是统一指挥部的一部分吧，来有效的给国民警卫队来下达命令。最后呢，当然呢，每个人对这次选举呢都有自己的看法啊。但是我做这期内容主要还是侧重在执法部门上，所以最后呢，我认为执法部门应该在这次事件中得到教训，就是永远不要低估了威胁啊，因为这是你自己的职责所在。好了，自己挖的坑呢，到这期终于是填好了啊。做这类视频呢，确实很花精力啊，并且有的时候呢会吃力不讨好，付出与回报不成正比啊。我也看了一下大家的留言嘛，我觉得还是有喜欢看这几期视频的朋友们， 我觉得这就足够了，这是我继续做下去的动力。好的，朋友们，最后祝大家一定要有一个愉快的新的一周，我们下周再见，拜拜。